Hey folks, welcome back to Abundant Life Homestead. My best friend dropped off this old carburetor. I don't know a whole lot about it yet. He wants me to rebuild it, and it's going to go on this 1958 Ford 1841 industrial backhoe. Okay folks, we're working on this old carburetor here, and it's trying to present us with a big problem. This is a Marvel Schebler TSX769 carburetor off of an old Ford 1841 industrial backhoe. And the problem it's giving us right now is that the jets are stuck. Here in the throttle body side, see if we can focus on that. The idle jet, as soon as we put a screwdriver on that brass just crumbled. That thing ain't coming out of there easily. And on the bowl side, pretty much the same thing. If we can see down in there, the main jet, the brass didn't just crumble, but it's already starting to chip with just a little bit of screwdriver pressure. This carburetor is not in great shape, and the owner did leave us an out. He said rebuild it if possible, if you think it's worth it. If not, we can abandon it. But if stuck jets is the worst thing that happens, I think we're going to be okay here. So what's going to happen is we're going to try to get these jets out of here today. And to do that, we're going to use what's commonly called easy outs or screw extractors. Now the first thing we want to do, say we work on the idle jet first, let's pull the new jet out of the parts kit. We've got the new jet here. Can we see it laying down there? No, not very well. We got the new jet out of the parts kit here. And we want to take our screw extractors and compare the sizes on them. So here, this is a number 1 type screw extractor. Almost completely comes through the edge of the threads. A size number 2 screw extractor gets bigger than the threads very quickly. So what that tells us is we have one shot, one chance with a number 1 screw extractor. If this doesn't get it out, we're going to have to resort to something else. Okay, so we're here at the bench vise. I've got the old gasket still on this throttle body. I'm going to clamp this down in the vise. Now, a size 1 easy out or screw extractor is always going to take a 5/64 inch drill bit. So let's load that up in the drill. It's probably worth mentioning, I'll show you on the new one here. See if we can focus on that. It's probably worth mentioning that a great thing about using a screw extractor on carburetor jets is that they've already got a small pilot hole drilled through them. You try to extract any other screw or bolt, if you're not directly down the center when you drill, you're probably going to fail. But these jets already have that hole ready for us. So let's try to follow down. Whoa, I don't want to do that yet. Something else I want to do, I'm going to take a nail, let's unhook this. We've got the hole here where our idle adjusting needle goes through. It comes out down here. I'm going to take a nail that's close to the size of that hole, and I'm going to hold it in this hole while I'm drilling. The reason I want to do that is so that when I drill through, once I get through that jet, I don't want to hit the other side of this shaft and mar it up. If I got the nail in there, I got my finger on the nail while I'm drilling, I can feel when that drill bit touches that nail, and I know I do no damage to the inside of the carburetor. So we get that loaded up. Let's put just a little bit of a penetrating oil in there to help it cut. Oop. Didn't tighten my chuck. There we go. Got my finger on that nail so I can feel it. Down in the hole of the jet. Very quick drill through there. That is a very soft brass. And we are completely through that jet. Just blow off some of the chunks here. Now the fun part begins. I put my screw extractor in this little chuck. If it'll get small enough to hold it. Right about there, and tighten it down. Now we're going to take this straight with the hole. I'm going to give it a couple taps with a mallet. Can we see that part, what's going on there? We're going to take this where we try to keep it straight with the hole and give it a couple taps with a mallet. Now you see people waylay these with a hammer. No real reason to. We just want to get it in there tight enough that it makes a little bite. And that helps us know that it's going to be in there straight. Make sure this is good and tight. Now, let's see if we can turn it by hand here. Digging in nice and tight. And the extractor's getting tighter and tighter, but it ain't loosening that jet yet. Yep. Just about put more pressure on that on this little collet than it wants. See if we can tighten that any further. Try this a little more. With such a small extractor, it's not going to be common to have a wrench that can go around that square end, and I honestly don't think I have one for that small. Come on, break loose. Nope, we're just hurting that collet. Okay. Let's see if we got a different one. Alright, you have to excuse me here. I didn't realize my camera died until a disaster had struck. Put a T-handle on the extractor and promptly snapped the extractor off in the jet. This extractor broke off pretty much level with the casting here. couldn't grab a hold of it with anything. I got all kinds of little pliers and whatnot, nothing could get it. So how I ended up getting it out, I heated it up with a torch and then got this nail punch and the mallet, and I beat into it all the way around, clockwise motion several times until this little piece loosened up and I was able to get it out. Tore up this aluminum punch a little bit, but I ain't too worried about that. Now I think what we're going to do is actually try again. I don't quite think we can go with a bigger extractor. So here's the jet we're replacing. And a bigger extractor, size 2 extractor, is going to take about a 7/64 drill bit. These are almost the same diameter. I'd just about be getting to the edge of the threads if I were to try to go with the bigger extractor. So I went and got another size 1 extractor. We're going to try this again. We're going to beat it in a little bit. We're going to heat it up again, hit it with a little get a little blaster in there and see if we can't get it out. If this don't work, I'm not real sure what I'm going to do. Not too fond of the fact that I've got a map gas tip on this, but for some reason I'm not getting very good flame out of this one. It'll work. If we let that cool a minute, that extractor was starting to glow red. While I was at it picking up another extractor, I got a new handle. Extractors I use in this handle are both Bosch. Now after doing that, I'm not so sure about that extractor. I might have got it too hot. That would not be a good thing to snap that off in there, would it? It's already did it once. I may back out of this and try again with, and actually use the next size. See if I can just get down in there real careful and drill it out. Come on, get on that lip. Put that on the pan a minute. Let's see, size 1. Size 1 takes a 5/64, right? 6/64 is a 3/32. Size 2 takes a 7/64. So we're just stepping this hole up till we get to size 2. I don't have my air compressor on right now. All right. Let's see. It is a size 2, ain't it? Should be. There we go. Size 2 is going to pull it out. Praise the Lord, I've been messing with this thing for too long. Now hopefully, let's get a good look at this, make sure I didn't dig through the edge. Nope, I didn't get in there and damage any threads. Good deal. I have to send my buddy a picture because I sent him a picture of the stuck one, and haha, we're one step closer here. Okay, so we got the top half done. Now we got to work on the bowl. We got to get this main nozzle out of here. It was crumbling as soon as we tried to put a screwdriver on it. That main nozzle runs all the way up through this casting out through here, and it's probably going to be stuck in there real good. I already sprayed it with some blaster to get it started. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to drill the hole for the extractor. I'm going to flip it over. We're going to heat all this casting with the torch, and then I'll have to put a big glove on, flip it over, see if we can't get the extractor in there. I think that's going to be my plan of action. Let's see how it goes. I don't know if you can even see down in there. They're inside of this hole. Yeah. That's what we're going after. You'll see it better when I get it out. Helps if you tighten your chuck down. Blow that out a little bit. Okay, holes drilled. Hit it with a little blaster down there. Flip it over. Little blaster down that hole. Let's see. I don't know how well this will hold down in there if I try to put it in it, but I think it's going to slide around a little much if I don't. See if we can still get on that. And it kind of feels like it's just chewing it up in there. Tap a little harder. There we go. Now it's coming loose. I was afraid it was just going to start chewing on it again. You can tell. It's hard to explain, but you can tell by feel down in there where you can't see that extractor. You feel little vibrations, you know, it's just eating the brass. But then you can really tell when it grabs and the whole thing comes loose. And here it comes. Now there should be a couple rubber rings in this one that we might have to fish out, but that's all right. Nice. And there we go. There's that whole main nozzle. And that thing's cruddy. And I'm going to shut down and let this piece cool down for a while. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? I was really starting to get worried about that idle jet for a while. Broke that first extractor, overheated the second one. Third extractor left very little room for mistakes, and you could tell I was really sweating it because I got sloppy. I forgot to put a nail back in the hole for the adjusting needle, and I don't know if it'll come through in processing, but you can hear me hit the back side of that shaft with the drill bit. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems in the future. I don't think it will. But speaking of the future, we've got more videos coming up on this carburetor. My next video, I'll go over the couple of different procedures I use for cleaning this thing inside and out, making it look like new again. got that upcoming, and then is going to be a complete and detailed reassembly, which you can see I've just recently finished. Pretty carburetor now. And then will come the next one that I've yet to film, the fun part, where we go put this back on the tractor, get the tractor running, make all adjustments that we need to make. And we may be picking up a different carburetor at that time and starting this whole process over again. Don't know yet though, but we'll see what happens in the future. Gives you something to look forward to with the rest of this carburetor though. Thank you all for joining me thus far. That's all I've got for you today. So until next time, keep on nourishing your dreams, cultivating your passions, embracing the beauty of God's creation. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and we'll see you then.